I was watching this video with NIPSEY Hussle, and he was talking about how, well, it was talking about how I guess he looked at like Apple and Amazon. I know for sure it was like Apple, and he watched how Apple owned everything, you know what I'm saying, like from the top to the bottom. And this is what I tried to explain to people about like places like Walmart. Like if you look at Walmart, for example, Walmart is one of those places where they have their own drivers, they have their own warehouses, they have their own products, they have their own stores. You know what I'm saying? They have their own, I don't know if I already said warehouses, you know what I'm saying? But they have their own trucks. You know what I'm saying? Walmart owns everything from A to Z. And then they also make money or capitalize off of other things, like allowing you to ship your products through Walmart.com. And you know what I'm saying? So they make money in like every different, it's kind of like the same thing what Amazon did. I mean, yeah, well, not, Apple did. Apple, Nipsey Hussle was talking about how Apple, they own their stores, they own their phones, they own their, like everything from A to Z. They own their own apps. Everything from A to Z, they own it. You know what I'm saying? And Nipsey kind of created a blueprint to his business, you know what I'm saying, based off of what big stores like that were doing. And that's what I try to explain to people all the time. Like, if you are an artist, you not gonna make money just being an artist. They gave the example of like somebody who artist or somebody who's selling merchandise, right? Like if you selling your own merchandise, right, your own clothing, you using an app to design the clothing, right? It's not your app. You're using somebody else's app to design the clothing. Then you're using somebody to print up the clothing. And then you're using somebody like Amazon to distribute the clothing or whatever it is. Like you got to ship the clothing or whatever it is. You got all these people in taking pieces of the pie, which I'm not saying any of that is wrong, because at least you have your own clothing brand. You see what I'm saying? But the thing of what they were getting at is, if you're printing up if you're printing up the shirts and the merchandise yourself and shipping them out from your own home, you cutting out people having to take a cut of the money. So back to what I was saying, if you are just an artist and you're signed to a record label, or if you're just an artist and you know what I'm saying, like if you're an artist, you can't just be an artist. You gotta be doing everything if you want to own everything, right? I told y'all about Nelly's record deal, for example. Most rappers only get $1 million record deal. Some don't even get that much. Some get $500,000. Some get, you know, 0.25 million. But we think $1 million is a lot. $1 million is not a lot. Now, Nelly hit a $5 million deal. To us, that sounds like a lot of money. Man, Nelly hit $5 million deal on a $5 million deal on one album, right? And while we think, okay, $5 million is a lot of money, $5 million is okay for one person, but $5 million is not a lot to be helping other people unless you know how to make that money stretch. Most people that hit $1 million, by the time you buy a house and a car and pay taxes, you broke. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, just you got to survive off that money for the rest of however many years. You know what I'm saying? Or a year, however many, your clothing, your food, all that type of stuff, gas. That $1 million is not a lot of money. Think about it. Your house might be, if you just hit $1 million, you're gonna want to buy $1 million house, right? So let's just think you play it smart. Let's say now you buy a $500,000 house, $500,000, okay? And then you go buy you a nice car. Let's say your car, you want a Maybach, but you probably can't afford a Maybach. That's $250K. Even if, so let's say you buy a $100,000 car. So you just spent $600,000. Now taxes is 60%. Your money gone. Anyways, the point of what I'm getting at is, so the record label, off of Nelly's album, I think the record label made $90 million. They gave Nelly $5 million. Y'all think $5 million is wow? That's money. Y'all not looking at how much money the album actually made and still making money today. You see what I'm saying? So that's a part of owning your masters and knowing how to mix and master by yourself and owning your own recording studio. That's why a lot of y'all be like, man, it don't make sense to spend $1,500 on a microphone or $1,500 on a camera or, you know, buy professional lighting or own a $4,000 mic or a $10,000 mic, a $15,000 microphone, a $20,000 camera, you know, set up. Look, man, I'm not saying you have to spend that in the beginning, but if you want to blow up, if you want to push out the quality that the record label is pushing, you got to get into the mind of the record label. You got to do what the record label is doing. Learn how to market. Learn about email marketing. Learn about, you know what I'm saying, how to, about SEO, search engine optimization. Learn about keywords. Learn about, you know what I'm saying, titles and descriptions. Learn about this stuff, man. I'm giving y'all the game. I done said this stuff over and over and over again, and ain't nobody listen. Don't nobody think that I know what I'm talking about. But I have paid thousands, upon thousands, upon thousands, upon thousands of dollars for this stuff. Y'all ain't paid no money for the stuff that y'all think y'all know. Y'all just going by he say, she say. Your other bedroom producer homeboy and your other bedroom producer homeboy and somebody that said that they was a professional. Somebody, come on, man. Yeah, some people may know bits and pieces of information because they probably looked it up and researched it. But a lot of that stuff is leading y'all down a rabbit hole. And that's what I was led down, a rabbit hole. Like, you try to look up stuff on you know, on these platforms, and it just, a lot of it leads you down a rabbit hole. They giving you bits and pieces of the information. They really making you, just giving you enough. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, but if you want to know more, you got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got tired of going down the rabbit hole and getting just little bits. Yeah, you can get a lot of little bits and pieces and then pile that all together, but it's going to take you a long time. And you know, it was like a little bit of information I was missing, you know, still a little bit that I'm missing, but I decided to take that and just go ahead and go all in with it. A lot of people, man, y'all don't invest in y'allself. Y'all don't want to spend money. Y'all be like, oh man, $200 for a microphone, that's too much money. You're not serious about what you do. You're not serious about what you do. You're not serious about what you do. People that's really about this life, people that really out here really trying to get it, really trying to succeed, really trying to achieve their dreams, they make sacrifices, man. Just like you make sacrifices for your kids. Man, this is what I do. I do this for my kids, bro. I do this, you know what I'm saying? I do this for me. I do this for my kids. I do this for my future wife. You know what I'm saying? So that when I get older, hopefully now, but you know, even when I get older, I can pass that legacy down to my children, to my kids. You feel what I'm saying? And I can teach them at an early age what I was not taught at an early age. You know, or where I stumbled at early. Hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't go down that hole, don't do this, don't get your life, don't get wrapped up in this, don't get wrapped up in that. You feel me? And yeah, man. So I don't want my kids to be, you know, deceived by this world, because that's how I was deceived. You know what I'm saying? Deceived by this world. People making you think that you can get money the fast way, and it's a lot of chances. It's a lot of strikes that come with that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna strike out more times than you strike in. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna gutter ball is what I should be saying. You gonna gutter ball more times than you hit a strike. You know what I'm saying? But when I say strike out, I'm talking about like an X, you know, versus a check mark, you know? So, but yeah, man, you know, you look at like baseball, you know, like if you trying to hit a home run, you know, like you have to really sit back and peep the game. Don't just be somebody that plays the game. Be somebody that sit back and analyze the game from A to Z. Analyze the coach, the referee, or whatever. Analyze the fans. Analyze the stadium. Analyze the weather. Analyze, you know what I'm saying, the location. Analyze, you know what I'm saying, like the way that the field is designed. Analyze the jerseys, the outfit. You got to analyze all this stuff. We don't, when we're an artist, we just a player in the game. We're just one piece of the pie. See what I'm saying? We look at like, oh man, basketball players make XYZ. How much does the people make that own the team? Y'all not thinking like that. We think, oh man, that's a lot of money, man, if you a professional boxer. Oh man, that's a lot of money, man, if you're a professional, athlete. Y'all not looking at the person who owns the team. See what I'm saying? You got to take a step back. The people that own the stadium, not play in the stadium. The people that own the stadium. The people that make the jerseys. The people that go out there and design the field and paint the field and prepare the field and look at all these different pieces of the pie where the money is going. Take all that and own it yourself. You can be the one making the jerseys. You could be the one doing the landscaping. You can be the one, you know what I'm saying, owning all this. The stadium and you know what I'm saying? All that. We're not thinking like that. You can be the one that owns the team. You don't just have to go look at Elon Musk, for example. See, a lot of us hit a certain amount of money. We're like, oh yeah, I make good money. I don't need this. I don't want to own my own business, nothing like that. Man, look here. Elon Musk makes enough money. But he didn't stop. He didn't say, oh, well, I make good money. I'm going to just stop there. That's not what he did. But that's what we do. We be like, oh, yeah, I make enough money to get by. I make enough money to pay my bills. I'm going to just stop there. Nah, come on, man. Elon, he'll take one business and he'll use the revenue from the money from that business to start up another business. And then the money from them two businesses to start up another business. Like, we not thinking like that. You know, he's going to have so many businesses and so much money to leave back for his kids to start up their multi-businesses. We don't think like that, man. And another thing about us is we see rich people that go out and spend money. Or we think they spending money. When y'all see rich people out eating, when y'all see rich people driving them nice cars, do y'all know that that's a tax write-off? They're not even spending no money. They out talking to Jill and Julia about real estate. So that meal is being paid for by the government. Because they were having that's really just them going out with their friends. But every weekend or every time you see them going out with their friends, what they doing is they're talking business. We don't talk business when we go out. All we talk about is having fun. We're not peeping the conversations. We're not tapping into the conversations. When you see them driving in their nice cars, the gas, the miles, the maintenance, the you know what I'm saying, the payment on the vehicle is being paid by the government. So we want to turn up and live that life, but we don't understand you got to go get the bag before you spend the bag. So many women I talk to, well, the man's supposed to be the provider. That's cool. But first of all, if don't sit up here and tell a man what he's supposed to do and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You first got to get in line and submit. Before I'm going to give you any cash out of my account, you done spent all the cash out of your account on nonsense. Turning up and vacations and going out on vacations and getting on yachts and all that. My mind don't think like that. All y'all do is spend. My mind thinks of, how can I own the yacht? Because if y'all spending all this money on yachts and vacations, how can I put together my own vacation package? How can I buy my own yacht? See, ain't nobody trying to help you get it out the mud, but they want you to, they'll sit up and watch you struggle in the mud. And then when you finally figure it out, oh yeah, I talk to you now. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Mike Jones. That's why a lot of these high value men treat y'all as y'all had treated them when they didn't have it. You got 1 million women on one married man. On one man, they got all these women lined up. But y'all claim y'all got such high morals and values. Come on, man. Learn how to start your own business. Most women, 98, 97, 96% of the women that I have talked to about, hey, let's start a business. Let's start some businesses together. Hey, help me with my business. I'm going to help you with your. I don't want to do that. You supposed to be the man. You supposed to do this for me and do that for me. I'm your girl. You supposed to be doing it for me and doing it. What? I did that for 20 years, man. Putting other people first. No more. Because one thing that I understand is, finally understood is a woman loves a man that has things going for himself. And how can I have things going for myself if I'm steady taking out of my account, spending my little pennies, nickels, and dimes, and paying for your food, and your bill, you know what I'm saying, gas in your car. And come on, man, we not doing that no more. That's why they say a man in his 40s is dangerous. Women are most miserable in their 40s. Why? Because men have finally decided to invest in themselves. Men ain't paying for no more meals, no more, you know what I'm saying, no more hair, no more that, because it's no investment there. I'm paying for your hair one day, the next day you with Ray and all his crew. Stunting like you paid for it.